Hey there everyone, how's it going? It's a phone video talking about the MLB algorithm for today, Saturday, June 4th, 2022. So excellent day yesterday. I won a bunch of picks yesterday. I hope you guys did well as well. I think I don't know, I think there was like two losses yesterday. And especially when you talk about each one of the games, it's really helpful to see what kind of statistics you have. So I'm going to go relatively fast here and go through every game. I have already reviewed them once in preparation for this video while my kids here at hockey practice and we're about done. So I just wanted to get this done and get this out for everybody. Okay, so Yankees in Detroit. No reason the Yankees shouldn't put up a lot of runs. Weather's fine there. Yankees are supposed to cover and put up a lot of runs. The line's not good, but it says they put up runs. So I'll probably bet Yankees runs there. But, anytime you bet over-unders with runs, you can sometimes not get there. So keep in mind that the Yankees are supposed to cover, but it's just a very tough game to bet because of the line. But they are obviously the number one pick. We're right next to a little airport, too, right here at the hockey rink. There's a doubleheader with the Cubs and St. Louis. I would stay away from both of those games. As you can see, there aren't very many innings pitched for Andre Palante and Matt Swarmer. But they have great ERAs, really weird stats. They're doing weird things with the score. It's just so confusing that game and the other one for the day also. There you have Johan Olivedo and Caleb Kilhan. And you got to use 2021 and AAA stats. It's a new pitcher for Cubs. So everything about those games, there isn't enough information and there's no line. So I'm staying away from both of those doubleheader games today because I just don't like what I'm seeing in terms of data. Minnesota and Toronto. This game says over. The over-under there, I don't have it in the image here, but I believe it's set at 8.5. They show 4.7 to 4.3. Look at the ERAs, though, for Dylan Bundy and Berrios. They're both really red, and the lineup factors are okay, so that game is screaming over, even though it's kind of too close to call between those two teams. Cleveland and Baltimore is not too close to call. The algorithm likes Cleveland. Tristan McKenzie, good pitcher, pitched very well. Now, Tyler Wells also pitching well for Baltimore, so I don't think Cleveland walks as easy as you would think normally here, but they're playing better. Guardians getting on a roll. It says they win that game by 2 runs, only minus 115 on the road, so going with Cleveland to win, just like yesterday. Seattle comes back to beat Texas by the score shown there today. Yesterday, they won 4-3 also. Came back in the ninth. Here, you got a worse ERA for Glenn Otto. Says Seattle wins this game at a plus 105, but it's very close. So this is a tougher one. It's not as strong as Cleveland, which is an 8% margin, the 5th pick of the day. Seattle's only the 14th pick of the day, but it is an underdog line. So if you have to take a team in that game, you're taking Seattle, but it's very close. Arizona and Pittsburgh. Yesterday it liked Arizona. Today it kind of likes Pittsburgh by projected score, but it still likes Arizona by margin. So there's a conflict there. It doesn't know how well Zach Davies can pitch. Tough game to play. Just tough game to play. It's conflict, so probably stay away from that game. Could go either way. Boston, Oakland. Yesterday liked Boston as one of our huge picks of the day. Talked about the video with Katrina. They won. They put up 7 runs. Today, no. Today it says that they're favored by margin, but not by projected score, because Paul Blackburn can pitch and has been pitching very well this year for Oakland. So much tougher game. And the favored line for Boston is scary by projected score. So I'm going to stay away from that game, even though it says it's the 8th pick of the day. I don't like going up against a tough pitcher. Oakland tried to fight late last night. Whatever. I'm just going to stay away from it because there's conflict between projected score and margin. Washington and Cincinnati. Weather's pretty good in Cincinnati, warm, and I think blowing out a little bit. Over. I think the over set at 9.5. It predicts over 10 runs. Look at the ERAs for Tyler Mahle and Eric Freddie and the bullpen ERAs. There should be runs in this game. So going with the over 9.5 in that game, and maybe even an alternate over of like 11.5 or 12 to get paid, because it should be a lot of runs in that game. White Sox and Tampa Bay likes Tampa Bay. 2 good pitchers, pretty good pitchers in Rasmussen and Dylan Cease going. Minus 120. 4th pick of the day, though, for Tampa Bay. Why? They're playing better. They score more runs. Their bullpen ERA is better, so Dylan Cease is going to have to pitch a lot to give the White Sox a chance in that game. The line on Tampa Bay, not that bad at -120. Houston, Kansas City. Here I had to use last year's pitching stats for Chris Bubic because this year's ERA was like 12 and crazy. So Bubic is also having a terrible year this year. So Houston at only -167 says they put up runs, says they win this game. Bubic could pitch like this year and Houston could get like 10 runs. So Houston -1.5. It's the second pick of the day. I understand why. It's even a stronger pick if you use this year's ERA for Chris Bubic. So Houston's got to be on there. San Francisco, Miami. I can't believe it's favoring Miami, but Pablo Lopez is a really good pitcher. So's Logan Webb, though. Okay, so tougher game there. Says Miami. I'm scared, but it says Miami at -110 because Pablo Lopez is that good. San Diego, Milwaukee. Another ridiculously low-scoring game like yesterday. They barely stayed under 7.5. They got to 7, though. It was almost a no-hitter, I think. San Diego, here it favors them slightly at an underdog line. So there's that. Playing them to win this game is something. I understand why with the 1-3 record for Aaron Ashby, but look at that low-scoring game. Like that's amazing. And I think the over/under set at 7.5 there. So I'm tempted to take the under, but I'm just surprised to see what's going on there. I don't quite. 1.71 ERA for Mackenzie Gore. So I guess San Diego, the money line there's the play. I said stay away from the second doubleheader game, St. Louis, Chicago. Angels, Philadelphia. It favors the Angels again. They have now, I believe they've lost 10 straight is what I think I heard last night. Well, now they've got Lorenzen going. He's probably the ace of their staff, the way that those stats are looking. Can they pull it together and beat a mixed bag of Zach Wheeler there? Maybe. It says they beat them by a little more than a run, and there's an underdog line. It says it's the sixth pick of the day. I know I'm scared, as probably you are as well, betting the Angels, but with Lorenzen going +1.5, I guess, is going to be a probably good line. That's a stronger pick given how bad the Angels are playing and might accidentally blow it again. You never know. Atlanta over Colorado. Reasonable line for this game. Bad pitching for Freeland, but he's got Colorado stats. Spencer Strider, not great. Kind of okay. Should be runs in that game. They'll probably hit the over today given the ERAs are a little worse for these pitchers today. So I don't think they got there yesterday. They actually had a scoreless game. I checked the weather, actually. Don't listen to me about the runs. Check the weather. And then Mets and the Dodgers. Says the Dodgers win, but not even by more than a run. So Mets +1.5 is a play there, given that David Peterson's pitching well and Walker Buehler also pitching well. So it could be a lower scoring game there. All right, guys. Those are the picks. Hopefully you'll win. You can check out KenBraverman.com and get a copy of this file. And if you're having a good day, send some money my way because I'll take it and I'll put more work into this and it'll get even better. All right, good luck. Mail, your picks. Be winning.